Hey, what's up? deadbydawn93 here, back once again for a review, and today I'm going to be doing another independent horror film review, and this is a movie that I actually got sent to me from the director on an online screener, and I must say I actually really did enjoy this one. But the movie is called The Lashman, and it was directed by Cameron McCasland, and like I said, I just got a chance to see it in an online screener. The movie actually did have its first premiere at a movie festival. I think it was about maybe a month ago that it premiered, or it might have been a few weeks ago or so. But it's a relatively a new film, and basically what this is just a low-budget sort of homage to classic slasher films. The only difference between this one is that instead of the killer carrying around a knife, he actually carries around a bullwhip, which I thought was a pretty cool twist and a pretty cool weapon in my opinion. But basically the movie is about a group of teenagers who are going out into the woods, out to this cabin, basically just to drink and party around during their last weekend before they go off to college. There's probably the main character, Billy, who is a pretty good, nice guy. He's one of those guys you really want to hang out with, and everybody really seems to like him. And then there's his best friend Daniel, who's the complete opposite of Billy. He's a total douchebag, basically, and a jerk to everybody. And he just thinks of himself as being better than everyone else, and everyone else is beneath him. And he has a girlfriend. And then you're also introduced to Billy's girlfriend Stacy, and her brother Bobby. And Bobby is actually played by Sean C. Phillips, who, as you guys probably know on YouTube as Cool Duder. And I actually have never seen a movie with him in it, and I thought it was pretty cool that I never saw him in a movie, and I thought he did a pretty good job in this one. But Bobby, he's one of those guys that kind of complains about everything. Even at the beginning of the movie, when they're driving up to the cabin, he's complaining on whether or not there's mustard for their hot dogs in the cooler, and he's just one of the guys that complains a lot about everything. He's wearing a hat, and he's also wearing that black T-shirt that if you watch his videos, it's pretty much the same black T-shirt that he wears in almost all of his older videos and stuff. But you also get to see the sheriff and the police force, and they're of course investigating a murder that took place a few nights before that. Basically, a couple were out in the woods fooling around, and they were killed by some person. And they're basically on the lookout, and they're out, in the woods, basically trying to find, the killer. While the teenagers are out, driving around, going to the cabin, they pull off by this gas station to drop off some, for Billy to drop off some parts for the guy that works there. And while they're there, an old man basically runs up and starts yelling, you beware of the Lashman. The Lashman will get you. It's just one of those, the typical, the old man comes out and, tries to warn you, we are doomed, that type of character, and he runs out. And of course they just, they laugh it off or whatever, and they move on to the cabin. And the first night that they're there, Billy actually tells him the story about the Lashman, and he's really surprised that none of them heard about him, because the Lashman is supposedly this local legend. And basically the story of the Lashman is he used to be a settler who came in during the Old West to the small town, which is where the town is today, and he's a very great crafted well, he makes bullwhips, and he makes some saddles and things like that for horses back then, and he was basically there just to settle down there just to find a woman, basically find someone who loved, someone he could love. And the local men did not like it. They didn't like new blood coming in and possibly, trying to find, a woman there. And, they just did not like the fact that he was there just to find a woman. So they tried to size him up a little bit, and it really didn't seem to work. So they ended up finding a guy there from the town that was actually known for being really angry, really good with a gun, but really angry, and he has a posse that was known to, murder and rape and what have you, and they end up going after the Lashman, and they actually beat him to death with his own whips, and basically leave him there for dead. And while he's laying there for dead, a old woman comes along and finds him and tries to stitch him up as good as she could, but he ends up almost pretty much dying. So what she does is that she puts on this cantation or this spell upon him that actually ends up bringing him back from the dead, basically so he can take his revenge. So, it's basically one of those old stories of voodoo bringing back the killer, which I thought, it's nothing new, but I did like the fact that the killer was actually from the Old West, and that, it had that backstory. I thought it was a pretty original idea, in my opinion. I thought it was a pretty good twist on it. But of course, the Lashman, he comes back, and well, he basically starts killing off the kids one by one, and I really don't want to get too far into it, because I don't want to give away anything, but I'll give my own opinion. First off, I actually really did enjoy this one. It's a really good low-budget movie. I thought that all the actors were pretty well done, especially Daniel. And, you can really tell that he was straight up trying to be a douchebag throughout the entire movie, and it really was. I mean, throughout the entire movie, you end up hating this guy. Like, I'm watching him on screen, and I'm just like, God, dude, shut up. You're just waiting on something to happen to him. All the special effects are there's no CGI, all practical effects, and they all look really good. The blood looks really great. And of course, there's some pretty elaborate death scenes. The killer actually uses several weapons. Not only the whip, I think he also uses a screwdriver. I think at one point, I think he throws it at someone's head, and a axe. And yeah, like I said, the gore was pretty well done. Really good for however low budget the movie was. Pretty realistic looking. Not really much else to say about this movie. If you're a fan of if you're a fan of low budget movies or slashers, then I definitely recommend checking the movie out. There's really no release date for the film yet, but I'll leave a link down below to the Facebook page so you can follow the movie for as long as it's on. It's been and like I said, the movie just got its premiere not too long ago at its first festival, so there's really no news on a DVD release, but if you want to follow the movie on Facebook, go right ahead. And yeah, I definitely recommend checking the movie out, for anybody that's into low budget slashers with good gore and good acting. I really did enjoy it, and I think some of the people that watch my videos will too. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Again, check out my Facebook page. Check out the Lashman's Facebook page. Thanks to everybody once again for watching my videos. I still can't believe I have 305 subscribers. That is just awesome. And like I said, thank you all. Also, Cameron, if you're watching this review, I hope you enjoyed it, man. I really did enjoy your movie, and I hope that I did it justice by. I hope I did enough justice for your film by, reviewing it for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, Cameron. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.